Good morning, folks, and welcome to the Johnny Brown Pigskin Profit Show. Pigskin Profit Show, Week 10, November 9th, 2025. What a football season so far. Week 10, past the halfway mark. Can you believe it? 10 weeks of football already. A lot of buys this week, a lot of buys last week, a lot of buys. What are you going to do? All right. Let's get down to the brass tacks. Last week, I was 3-3 on Sunday morning. Got 6 bets, bet 3. I got really good football games last week. I'm not sure if you saw this. The end of that Chicago game was unbelievable. Chicago goes up. Chicago goes up by like 20 points. The other team catches up. They're winning the game. Chicago throws a shot to their tight end, the number 1 draft pick tight end. You probably saw it. He goes into the end zone for a touchdown with seconds left in the game. You can't write the script on these kind of stuff. You can't taking off the sunglasses and putting on the regular glasses, of course, so I can see what I'm doing. But what a game last week. There were some great games. Oh, by the way, I had Buffalo last week. So although I was 3-3, I was very proud of the bets that I won. Was I 3-3? Yeah, I was 3-3 last week. My overall record is 45-33-1, not including this week, which, I didn't do good on Thursday night. I had the Denver minus 8.5 or 8, something like that. What did I have Denver? I had Denver minus 8.5. I got a good spread on the game. I thought they were going to kill him. But the Raiders with Brock Bowers are a lot better. That tight end is unbelievable. He makes that team a better team. Plus, Gino had a decent game, and 10-7. It was a defensive game, 10-7. All right, let's get down to the brass tacks for this Sunday, all right? All right, for this Sunday, I wanted to get in early today because of the game in Germany. I got the Colts minus 5.5 over the Falcons. The Falcons, they win, they lose, they win, they lose, they win, they lose. Colts had a bad week last week. All teams have bad weeks. I like the Colts to come back this week. I'm giving the 5.5, and I'm taking the Colts. I got by the way, it's 6.5 today. I got a good spread on this. I like the Ravens minus 3.5 at the Vikes with Lamar Jackson back. J.J. McCarthy had a really great game last week. I'm very surprised. I don't think he's going to do it 2 weeks in a row, folks. He's a rookie. I like the Ravens minus 3.5 at the Vikes. I'm taking the Ravens. That spread went up to 4.5. I got it at 3.5 earlier in the week. I like the Ravens minus 3.5 at the Vikes. I got the Bucks to come back. They had a bye week last week. Baker Mayfield had an oblique or something like that. So hopefully the 2 weeks have straightened him out. I like them at home, minus 2.5 at the Pats. At Chargers, I like the Chargers, minus 2.5 at home versus the Steelers. A lot of favorites this week, folks. Sometimes it's underdog, sometimes it's favorites. It's whatever you like. I like the Chargers, minus 2.5 at home against the Steelers. And last but not least, I like the Eagles, plus 1.5 at Green Bay. At Green Bay. Green Bay, I don't know, man. Eagles had the week off last week, a bye week. Green Bay's not been playing as good as their talent dictates. I like the Eagles to win the game. I like the Eagles plus 1.5, so I'm taking the Eagles plus 1.5. Well, that's my bet for this week. A shout out over there to my friend Nick across the street. Thank you for all the great football bets and everything like that. And everybody have a nice day. This is Johnny Brown, Pigskin Profit Brown, signing. Oh, wait 1 minute. This broadcast is brought to you by Johnny Brown Enterprise. Any rebroadcast or anything like that is strictly prohibited by law. Folks, have a great day. Enjoy the day. Love the games. Hope you all win money today.